Welcome back to the Dutch and Denver podcast. I am Dutch. I am in or around Denver. This is my podcast, and oh, we got a we got a lot to talk about. I get one last week? It's tough to tell sometimes with what's going on. I know I recorded one live last week. I'm not sure it got posted other than on YouTube, which that's your problem, not mine. I can't be bothered with doing stuff like that. So, big week. Yeah, throw a dip in and let's get rolling, man. Okay. Uh, whew, where do we start? I did write notes down a little bit. Do you want to talk about the Super Bowl? Okay, we can do that. We're gonna try and do not so many politics. Uh, but again, politics is everywhere, so it's gonna be interjected in some shit. But let's start with the Super Bowl. Rams and Bungles. Um, I laid heavy on the Bungles. Lost my ass. Because the NFL cheats. We're actually gonna talk about the game. Okay. I mean, we can glaze over it. The NFL cheats. That game was fixed. If you don't think it was fixed, you're an idiot, and I can't help you. But we can talk about other things. Unfortunately, I'm gonna border into politics. Ugh. But first, hey, how about that halftime show, man? I hate rap. I think rap sucks. That had to be one of, if not the best halftime show I've ever seen. That was nostalgic. That was really, really well done. It was just cool, man. That's what I necessarily. That probably was in high school when all that shit came out. Maybe a little earlier, but that was a really, really good halftime show. Whoever the dude that was in the black boxes though, fuck, I can't remember his name. He sucked. But the everybody else was awesome. And it's just like, so I don't like rap. We know that. I like talk radio and classic rock and roll and sometimes some country. But you can just see or hear the difference between Snoop and Dre, which, like, Snoop, I love Snoop. I like him more when he hangs out with Martha Stewart. Like, if you guys have never seen the show Martha Knows Best, watch it. It's awesome. But the one where Snoop's on, it's even better. So it brings like a great show to the greatest of shows. So yeah, watch Martha Knows Best. But like I like Snoop, I like Dre, uh, I like Eminem sometimes. It's just rap's not really my thing. Okay, but listening to those guys rap as opposed to the other dude who had like the cornrows and then in the box, they can rap. And if you listen to the guys now, they can't rap. They suck. That was rap. That was good. Still is good. So it was a great halftime show. I loved it. Like I said, I love Snoop. Oh, 50 got fat though. That guy's like $1 now, right? Yeah, 50 Cent got super fat. Which whatever, man. He's old. He can do that. I got fat as I got old. Um, I don't remember who the chick singer was, but she wasn't bad. I think she can sing though, if she would sing. Yeah, so I mean, really, really good halftime show. Like I said, up there with one of the best ever, if not the best. Um, let's see, moving on. More Super Bowl stuff. Commercials. That's what we all were there for, because again, the NFL fucking sucks now, so we're only there to watch the commercials. Uh I can't remember my favorite. There were a couple of funny. I think the Toyota one with the Joneses was pretty funny. The one where they all came through the fridge, I think it was Bud Light, was kind of funny. Budweiser, man, Bud, I love you guys, but I expected fucking more. after being a couple years out with the Clydesdales and stuff, I didn't expect a 10-second, you know, Clydesdale gets hurt, Clydesdale comes back, dog back, awesome. Now, I've been following you guys for a while, so I think the dog in that one was the puppy from the last time the Clydesdales were on a few years back, which sentimentally was, I mean, it made me cry. And if I'm wrong, don't ruin that for me. But the commercial just, it was a great commercial, but y'all can do better. The rest of them were just woke garbage. I mean, again, streaming. It was ironic that there was so many streaming advertisements. Um, I was watching on live TV like a normal fucking person because I don't know how you can't watch live sports. And oh, that's I do. No, you don't, nerd. Okay, if you don't have like fucking cable, you don't have live sports. Okay, it's delayed by a little bit. And the unfortunate thing is like, so I can't watch Cardinal games in Colorado, so I have MLB package. I don't this year because those faggots are on strike. And I mean faggots like gay people. You know what I meant. Okay. Um, but like my iPhone or my iPad sends me like, oh my god, Yachty just hit a 2-run home run. You know, like the notification. And then like 30 seconds later it happens on the screen streaming. So yeah, you're not watching live sports, so shut up. Okay? Now if you can stay off your phone and like mute all that crap and you can do it all the time, fine. More power to you. It's gonna be as expensive as cable. So, but yeah, it was a little ironic. And then just, you know, like we've said 100 times, it's just a bunch of nonsense commercials that I don't get and I think are stupid and you know, it wasn't my cup of tea. But like I said, the Budweiser, the one Bud Light one, I think there was a Bud Light from the fridge. I don't know, was good. The Toyota one with the Joneses was really good. Fuck your electric cars. I don't give a shit about that. I think it's a horrible idea. And I will do everything in my power to never drive an electric car at this point out of spite. Quit ramming that crap down our throat. I'm done with it. And the woke stuff, didn't want to do. The Uber Eats commercial where a bunch of dumb people, particularly Trevor Noah, who that guy's a fucking moron to begin with, they're eating things that aren't, you know, food because they're like, oh, I don't get it. Uber's delivering other things than food. All right, that commercial would have made more sense if you were confused that Uber just delivered things because they started out as, you know, ride sharing and then they went into Uber Eats and they got other things. So it was just dumb. But I do applaud them for making Trevor Noah look about as stupid as he actually is. So they were fun. They, you know, they were not. I mean, they were good. They just weren't great. Like Super Bowl Pass. It's always the Budweiser ones are the best. I mean, remember the frogs when the Clydesdales were prominent. The Bud Light ones was said. Those were awesome. This year, you know, is better. Just not, you know, great. But I mean, what do you expect now? You got to interject race and sexuality and all this dumb shit into everything. So, of course, it's gonna ruin stuff. Actually, I take that back. I now do remember the best commercial, and if you were in probably Southern Colorado or where I, you know, in Colorado, you saw it. Um, because you know you have to, I don't know, like the beginning of halftime, beginning of third, you got to give a little time to the local channels or the local advertisers, and they don't have to pay, you know, $8 million to just piss money away. But there was a law firm who did PI, personal injury, and okay, a little background. In Colorado, we have like 3 or 4 law firms that advertise religiously during the news and just locally. And they're all ambulance chasing assholes. I won't say, well, yeah, I'll say some scumbags because they probably are. They are. And like one of them is Frank D'Azar. Fuck that fat piece of shit. Like I know you're an ambulance chaser, dude. Okay, you take advantage of people and blah blah. You might be a good attorney, but I doubt it. So what Frank does is he gets a bunch of people on there and they're like, well, my dumbass was driving like a moron in my Subaru and I was going too slow and someone rear-ended me and Frank got me $90,000. Or, we were from out of state and we got blah, 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 and Frank got me and they tell their story and and I think there's I don't want to say Hoyser and Hoyser, but it might be. They're also like, if you've been hit by a big truck, you were probably a dipshit. They don't say that. I'm saying that. Because usually truckers aren't bad. I'm up early. I can do my stuff early. I'm on the road with truckers. They're normally not that bad. One or two are shitholes, and you tell them that with your fucking finger. But usually they're not too bad. So if you get injured by a trucker, you're an idiot. Or like I said, you had that extenuating circumstance, that moron who's like barreling down I-70, and the governor. That's a wreck in more ways than one. Okay, so all these people, like share these client stories and shit and these testimonials. Back to the main point. There was this little law firm who did PI, I think, as well. And they got on there and they were like, so as actual attorneys with attorney-client privilege, we can't discuss the details of client cases. All we can tell you is that bleep, 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 bleep got bleep, 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 bleep from bleep, 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 bleep. We're not like those other guys who break bleep, 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 and the bleeping law. It was great. It was really good. Well thought out. A total slam to the ambulance chaser scumbags who just inundate you with dumb commercials. I wish I could find it and play it for you. I'd probably get a copyright infringement, so I'm not gonna do that. But it was really good. That was probably my favorite. It really was. And if, like I said, if you live here, you got it. But it was a good commercial. Yeah, and then the game went on and was fixed. You're not gonna call penalties against the Rams that are fucking blatant, and then some ticky-tacky shit when the Bungles are doing. Yeah, whatever. Okay. So, in this family, we're Jeopardy people. We watch Jeopardy all the time when it's on, and that's kind of like the test. If you ever come over to my house, is we'll watch Jeopardy and we'll see how well you do. And I mean, we're not gonna like call you out, or I'm not gonna call you out, but I'll secretly know you're stupid if you don't. You shoot for like half on normal Jeopardy, half or better, because they're not that hard questions. Again, it's general knowledge questions. But this week has been the college championships, and you have normal Jeopardy at my time. It's on at 6:30 on one network, and then at 7 at dinner time, the college one's on a different network. That's why I missed a couple days, because I didn't realize like why the fuck would Jeopardy be on two different networks. I thought they like kept that shit in the family. Whatever. Like I hate to rag on these kids, but you guys are fucking stupid. I cannot believe that these are college kids and they don't know some of the answers to these questions. Like, don't get me wrong. If you ask them if the category is woke dumb shits, they'll nail that category. Or if it's like, popular culture in 2021, crush it. But if it's not that, and they have no fucking clue. Like tonight, one of them was like the amendments of the United States Constitution. No, they got like half of them. It's just the state of our college right now in the United is just pathetic. It's not education; it's indoctrination. Yeah, it was depressing. Yeah, fuck. Okay, so then my other question or complaint is, so these kids are all in college and they go on Jeopardy and they make money. One of them's going to win $250,000. Good for them. All the other ones, like the early rounds, you won I think 5 grand. The later rounds you won 10, and I think tonight you won 20 if you lost. Okay, fine. I've no fucking problem with that. Where my issue is why then can we not pay college football players? Like, to me, Jeopardy is an extracurricular activity. So is football. So why can't we give whoever wins the national championship like 20 grand each? I'm not advocating for paying players. Okay, I think I actually I don't have we ever talked about this? I don't think we should pay um college athletes to an extent. Okay, and what I mean by that is I don't think we should pay like across the board. Let's start at the base, and no one gets paid anything. Okay, because again, you're a college athlete, you're getting a free education. People are like, but they make the well. I mean, tough shit, man. I know you know you make these universities millions and millions. Some of them, hundreds of millions. But you're getting a college education for free, and whatever price it is, it doesn't matter. It's just that's the way that the system works. So you play for free for a little bit, and then you get to go to the NFL and make a shit pot of money. Okay, that's just one of the sacrifices you have to make. Here's your free education and a whole bunch of other shit. Now, let's not pay them at the baseline. Now, if we want to do like what Jeopardy's doing, giving them a bonus if they win a competition, such as Jeopardy, yes, we can give the college playoff teams a bonus. Each of those players gets a bonus if they make it in. I'm fine with that. I'm also okay with giving college athletes like free shit. If you're a tattoo parlor and you want to tat up a college athlete, fucking fine. Okay? I don't care about that. If you're Nike and you want to give the college athlete his own Nike line, fucking fine. Give it to him. Don't pay him royalties. You can also, the other option is bank those royalties. It'd be like, hey man, we're gonna give you your own line, and all these people are gonna buy this stuff. And when you're out of college, we'll pay you these royalties. Because none of these kids are like hurting in college. It's not like they're starving or they're homeless or anything like that. Okay. Being young sucks. Okay. You're not supposed to have a shitload of money, and you need to go to class and blah 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 and all that crap. Okay, so I don't think we should outright pay them. The image and likeness thing, I think, is going to ruin college sports more than it's already ruined. Um, because again, I also think it's dumb because I'm not going to buy a particular athlete's jersey unless it's like my son. I don't have a son, but if it's my son's, yeah, I'd probably buy that one. But I would hope that the university would fucking give me one. Okay, then I wouldn't have to buy it. So image and likeness, I think, is stupid. I think it's gonna make things worse. Because you'll have a bunch of people going to Michigan and make a bunch of money, and you get to wear the Jordan stuff, and you'll have your image and likeness, and Michigan will still be overrated pieces of shit, just like Ohio State and just like any one of the Big Ten. Yeah, I think it's bad for college sports, but again, I don't understand why you I mean, like these guys can get paid money on Jeopardy, but a college athlete can't get paid. Or like, uh, okay, someone I know played golf in college or blah 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 amateur status, had to forfeit all of his tournament winnings prior to out of college. Yeah, so he was in college and he would play in golf tournaments outside of college, like a charity one or something like that, and had to forfeit his winnings to like me or, you know, someone else on the team or just someone else in general because they couldn't benefit from that. But yet, these kids can go on Jeopardy and act like morons and do the same thing. Because it really, I mean, I honestly think that they should know more than they know on that show. I'll still watch tomorrow, the final. We'll see what happens. It's just odd, man. Let's see what Phil. We're gonna get Phil on the podcast. But hold on a second. Let me just I'll text him. Phil, if you're watching or whatever, yeah, man, absolutely later. Tonight, of course not. This is my show tonight. Okay. Moving on. Trying to okay. So we gotta talk about Canada just a little bit. The trucker thing is still going on. And if you don't know what's going on, you live under a rock and I can't help you. But I honestly hope that these guys stick it out to the bitter fucking end. I can't help you because I'm in America and we're even more fucked than you are. But I hope you stick it out to the end. Okay? Continue to cause problems. And now, yeah, continue to cause problems. But okay, so a lot of people are starting to backtrack on some of this because they're blocking like trade routes and things like that. And people are like, that's just unacceptable. Okay. Black Lives Matter blocked highways in Colorado, so fuck off. Okay? That's all I have to say about that. Seriously, you guys are all complete hypocritical assholes, and I just fuck you. Okay, but especially the Canadian government, and this is part you know you live in Canada, so you made your bed, so lie in it. But what Canada's government just did is that if you donated to this protest, they will find you and they will freeze your bank accounts because you're contributing to terrorism. Okay? How fucking insane is that? That's absolutely nuts that they can do that. And I hope that the people who get their bank account, because again, if I'm in Canada and I donated $10, we'll get back to the people in America. But if I'm in Canada and I donated $10 to these guys, the Canadian government can freeze my bank account because of that. And now I have no money effectively. And I can't pay for utilities or food or my kids or any of that stuff. Well, nope, that's exactly how it is. Just coming down to, well, Canada's government may not like go after them, may not, but that's what they did. Do you understand that? Imagine if your dumbass donated to Black Lives Matter, and this is before they stole all your money. And if you haven't followed that, I'll just touch on it in 1 second, maybe, or I'll forget. But imagine if you donated Black Lives Matter and the United States government froze your bank account. I mean, it would never happen. But yeah, kind of fucking nuts, right? What the United States government is doing, though, and I'm not sure it's the government, they're probably a little involved, but I believe the Washington Post obtained, hacked, illegally obtained information of some rainbow-haired moron on TikTok claims that they hacked the Go Send Me thing. Like, after GoFundMe, stole all the money from the truckers, which that's what they did. They stole it. Okay? There's nothing about that. They stole that money and GoFundMe can go fuck themselves. Okay, but So some hippie crazy liberal claimed that they had hacked the database to this new one, Go Send Fund Me, I don't know, whatever. And he got the names, or she, I don't fucking know, got the names, email addresses of people in the United States who donated to this cause. And the Washington Post, literally the scumbags of the world, thought it'd be a good idea to write an article and actually post this shit too. So the Post is posting, sorry, a list of the people, or I don't know if they did individual people, they might have, but they definitely did zip codes. They were like, hey, these are the most zip codes in America, these zip codes donated the most to this, blah blah blah. But they're publishing this stuff. It actually turns out one of the Colorado zip codes that I may or may not be in donated, like, they were 7th on the list with like 29 fucking donations. So again, if you're 7th on the list with 29 donations in your zip code, probably not making a huge impact. But so then, taking it further, there are a couple of, quote, pieces of monkey shit. Oh, I'm sorry, I meant journalists who they've obtained this list, and they're calling and emailing people on this list and being like, hi, I'm a piece of monkey shit. I mean, my name's Jordan and I'm from the Utah Tribune or whatever it was, because I don't know this specific guy who's on Twitter now. I'm from, this monkey shit piece of garbage liberal rag, and I'm a monkey shit fucker piece of crap. And I found your name on a leaked list, an illegally obtained list, and I'm emailing you to find out why you donated and all this stuff. Couple things here. Oh, I just can't wait. I want one of those people to email me and be like, hey, I saw you donated. How much? Why? I'd be like, I'd love to talk about it. Would you like to do an in-person interview? And the first thing I do is kick the shit out of them. And yes, that's not a threat. It's a fucking promise. This is absolutely insane what this country and Canada is doing to people. Think about this, okay? If you donated to Black Lives Matter, imagine if your name was on a list and you got that list was published by Fox News, and then you had a bunch of right-leaning journalists harassing you about your donation. Do you think for 1 second that would fly? Of course fucking not. That's one thing about the double standard of this right now. And that's why the whole problem with being a liberal right now is that it's a complete double standard of you're just fucking crazy. It's insane. By the way, Black Lives Matter stole like $60 million. They have $60 million unaccounted for, and nobody gives a shit. You think if these Canadian truckers had 60 million unaccounted for that GoFundMe didn't steal and give to someone else, that people would just be like, oh, well, shit happens. No, but that's what they do with Black Lives Matter, because that's the thing with a liberal, is that you're a hypocrite. And I know Republicans are sometimes hypocrites, but they're sometimes too stupid to be hypocrites. But you guys literally are the definition of a hypocrite. If the shoe was on the other foot, would you stand for it? Absolutely fucking not. It's like the mask mandates. You're all walking that back now, aren't you? You fucking idiots. The size hasn't changed. It's just an election coming up, you goddamn morons. Okay, the Doug Cole school board thing. Just a quick update. It's a complete clusterfuck. It's, again, if you support a teachers union, You do not care about children. I don't have any kids, okay, but I care about the education of our kids because I care about where the next generation is going to be. And we're seeing it now because this generation is completely fucked. These people are insane. They don't even know what goddamn bathroom to use. They don't know whether they're a cat, dog, monkey, chicken, wolf, man, woman, yeah. These people are fucked. And this is again because of liberals. But, whatever. So yeah, I care about that just because I don't want this country to go to hell in a handbasket more so than it already is. And I think it begins with education. And to vote for a school teachers union is just absolutely insane. They do not care about children. They only care about power, and they only care about indoctrination. And if you don't believe that, you're a goddamn idiot. Okay? Take the masks off the fucking kids. Quit teaching CRT. It's in classes. It doesn't matter whether you think it is or not. It is. You're lying. You're a piece of shit. Yeah, you're doing it. And fuck you for that. Okay? Children are innocent, and for you to do that to them, you're a fucking scumbag. So yeah, if you're a liberal and you support a teachers union or CRT, you're a fucking scumbag, and there's going to be a special place in hell for you. That's all there is to that. Oh, all right, totally off the subject. Not off the subject, onto a new subject. I may or might not know the answer to this question, but I'm going to talk about it just because this is something I thought about today. Or we did. Or everyone did. And I've asked people above. What defines the Eastern and Western hemispheres? Like, I know there's lines that separate it, but how were those lines created? And hear me out. And I know there's an answer to this, and I either know it or don't, and I'm just devil's advocate. If you drive, no, let's say fly, because drive would be hard. But if you fly west along the equator, think about this. If you start on the equator and you start flying west, you will never ever fly east. Because, and if you guys aren't watching the video, this will be hard for you to see. But if I start here and I fly west, I will always be going west. Okay? Well, yeah, no shit, Dutch. That's because our planet's a circle or an oval. Okay, motherfucker, think about this. If I fly north, I will eventually, when I hit the pole, start flying south. And then south, 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 cross the equator, south, 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 hit the South Pole, and then once again, I'm flying north. So that I understand how the northern and some southern hemispheres are divided, because you literally, I mean, they change direction. Okay. And direction can, like, you can never always fly north. Eventually, you'll fly south. But if you start flying west, you will never fly east. And vice versa. Like, if you start flying east, you will never fly west. You'll always be in the same direction. And that's kind of nuts to think about. So how do we separate the eastern and western hemispheres? Hold on a second. Let me just fill real quick. Yeah, so you can only fly east to west in one direction. Okay? But you can fly north and south in another direction. Like I said. Yeah, so, and I'm pretty sure that, like, I don't think the international date line, I think that's in the Eastern Hemisphere. So it can't be that. Um, but it also could be like where civilization began. That's where we consider East and West, and why would it be called that? But like I said, if the direction is always west, depending on the direction you're going, where's the differentiating line? And I know where it is. Like it's a line, the Tropic of Cancer and or Capricorn, and then and that's what separates it. But how did that line get there? Because again, if you fly west, you will always be going west. Or if you fly east, you'll always be going east. But if you fly north, sometimes you'll be going south. And that's nuts to think about, right? So I guess comments, you don't Google it. Because I actually do know the answer to this. I was just thinking about it. Do not Google it. And for the first time, interact with me on the socials or in the comments on YouTube or anywhere and let me know why you think those borders became the way they are. Like, how was it separated? Okay? Because north and south is simple, it's the middle. But there's no middle really on that direction. You know what I mean? And why? Well, why? Because the earth spins like this. If it spun like this, it would be the same thing. But would our directions be changed? And how come there's magnetic north but not magnetic west? How come north up is where the magnet, everything depends on that? Because in navigation, there's true north, okay, and there's magnetic north. And if I remember correctly, true north is like straight up, on not up, but like drive straight north. Magnetic north is north, but since the magnetism of the world changes, because that's how a compass works, is magnetism, if you didn't know that. And that's how, like, so let's say that north is up here and the magnet, all the magnets pull to north. So if you're facing one direction and your arrow north pulls north, it then reorients where you're going. So then you know that, you're heading east, west, south, north. Okay, but true north is like, driving straight to the top, right to the actual North Pole. Now, if you followed magnetic north, you would not go to the actual center North Pole because magnetic north would take you off just a little bit. And it changes. I'm not sure they change it every year, but maybe every 5, and they adjust for magnetic north. So like maybe, this year it's 3 degrees off. So you'd be 3 degrees off. But, if you started at like, fuck me, man, Colorado and went 3 degrees off, you could be off thousands of miles. But if you started, 100 feet, 3 degrees, you'd only be off technically 3 feet, right? It's interesting though, and I'm not real brushed up on my navigation. Like I can do the stars and stuff, but it's been a while. I did my sailing test a long time ago. So yeah, it's just interesting. So if we had if magnetic east and west, if we had flipped it, then in theory you could go north. Again, you got to be watching the video. You go north forever, and then if you turn around, you go south forever. But eventually, if you went east, you would flip to west. But that's not the way that it works, and it's kind of weird to think about that. Like if you fly west, you'll never go east. But if you fly north, eventually you go south. And if you fly east, you'll never go west. Okay, let me just simplify this, and we'll. All right, you're in your car. Let's say you can drive across oceans in your car, hypothetically. And I get in my car, and on my little nav screen it says you're going west, and I just keep driving in a straight line. It will always be west. That little W will never change. And then if I turn around 180 degrees, it'll now say I'm heading east, and I can drive forever around the world 1,000 times, and I'll always be going east. But if I turn 90 degrees and go north, eventually that nav guide will turn to south. It'll, if I drive up to the North Pole and then I start driving down, it'll say I'm going south. Then I'll go across the equator, I'll hit the South Pole, then I'll start driving north again. That's nuts to think about. This is kind of shit we think about and learn on the old Dutch and Denver podcast. You're fucking welcome. Okie dokie. Let's move on to something else real quick. The Russia-Ukraine thing, not going well. Russia's gonna invade Ukraine, I think. And like in the next couple days. What I think America should do, I'm not sure we should send troops. Actually, yeah, no, I'm firm on this. Don't send fucking troops, okay? Not our goddamn problem. The pipeline though, when Biden was like, "Hey, if you do this, we're gonna shut down." Yeah, shut that fucking pipeline down. You know, the one you let Russia have instead of us having Keystone, and that's why gas is partly so fucking high. Yeah, shut down that goddamn pipeline. Your line, come on, Uncle Joey, Brandon. You drew a line in the sand, and when they cross that line, you fucking nail them. You won't because you're a little bitch, but I think that's what they should do. That's what I think we should do. As for other countries, I think Europe should have to lay in the bed they made. And since Europe gets all their energy, gas, from Russia, Germany in particular, you fucking pussies. Yeah, it's your problem now. You deal with this shit. And they won't, because again, I mean, Russia owns them. Germany would be fucking dark and freezing if it weren't for Russia. I just know them specifically, but I think it's up to them to deal with this problem. Okay. I think NATO should step in on the Baltics because some of the Baltics are part of NATO and they're not going to want Russia running fucking Ukraine. Okay. We do not want another USSR. America shouldn't care that much unless, they move out and, just stick to what you said. Hit him economically. Hit Putin and his family. I mean, their money is everywhere but Russia. Okay. So cut off their money supply. Do not let these people travel at will around. But as for actual troops on the ground, nope, not yet. Let everybody else deal with that. Okay. For once, don't get physically, militarily fucking involved. Okay. That's my opinion. We might have to, though, because this is a big fucking problem. On to the point, though. VP Harris, flies to Europe to help to secure the Ukraine border as Biden stays behind. I honestly could not be less confident that she's going to do anything. Like Biden would make Biden, if Biden went, I'd be like, okay, I have no faith whatsoever. The only person that could be worse to go, quote, secure the Ukrainian border from Russia would be Harris. And son of a bitch, they send her. I could do a better fucking job of this. Okay? A monkey throwing shit at a wall could do a better job than Harris securing this border. So I have no faith whatsoever. Literally fucking zero. I think she'll probably escalate it and make shit worse. I don't. Yeah, it just this is. I don't understand how you can be a liberal. Like this is the worst possible thing you could fucking do. Again, you could send a shit flinging monkey that would do a better job than Kamala Harris because she's fucking useless. She's more useless than Brandon. Jesus. I mean, it's just okay. What else can we talk about? The that tranny swimmer got beat by other trannies. Not surprising there. No one cares. Still not really watching the Olympics. Kind of following a little bit like the American chick who defected to Chinese is trying to defend herself and just making it worse. She's an idiot. That Russian kid who tested positive for performance enhancing shit. I mean, duh. So wait a minute, a little about that. Okay, so the IOC is a body of pussies, and they've ruined the Olympics, in my opinion, because Russia, the country, can't participate because they cheat so much. Okay, so the IOC solution is let all the Russian athletes participate still. So let Russia participate. And when they win, just don't play the Russian national anthem. That doesn't seem like a smart idea. That just is dumb. It's capitulating to the Russians, which, you know, they do to the Chinese. Fuck me. How China got these Olympics when they are, again, murdering Uyghurs and just a shithole country. And, you know, they just, yeah. Okay, so this little 15-year-old girl got caught cheating. And the board was like, well, let's let her play anyway. Because she might not have known. Nope, that wasn't the reason. Because it's a. Nope, that might not be the reason. Oh, yeah. Because it might damage her fragile psyche if she's kicked out now. Well, yeah, you fucking cheated. I don't care how old you are. Also, I guess she took this test back in like December. And because of COVID and all that, the results didn't come back until now. Well, let me tell you something. I would prioritize the Russian athletes' drug tests. Okay? They're known for fucking cheating. They're banned for the Olympics for fucking cheating. And you still take 6 weeks to get their shit done because the COVID lab, whatever. Oh. That's why this is a fucking joke. I mean, we're letting China, who's creating genocide and slave labor and all that horrible things, and they're a bunch of commie fucks. We let them host it, and we let them do whatever the fuck they want. It's just like, yeah, that's okay. Go ahead, dude. Go nuts. And then we let Russia just cheat and do whatever the fuck they want. Like, yeah, it's okay. Go nuts. So the integrity of the games is completely ruined. I don't fucking care what medal you win. It doesn't matter. This is all. It's in shambles. This is dumb. Whatever. Okay. Let's see what else we got. Oh, dude. Okay. So again, you have to watch the video, and this will be the last thing. So there's an NFL insider, which I don't know how you get that job. Like someone just calls you and hands it to you, apparently. It's not like you work for it. You just get on like the list of NFL's pussy little bitches. Okay. But our Denver guy is Benjamin Albright. And I'm going to say it because fuck this guy. First of all, he's a little pretty boy bitch. And I don't think he really knows anything about sports. He's probably never been on a team before or anything like that. He just somehow knows somebody who got him this job. But, and again, if you guys are watching, this is important. I have my headphones on like a normal human being. Because I have the headband across the top, Okay, and then on both years, he turns his down, and the little headband's like a little chin strap for him. And I know why he's doing it. It's because he doesn't want to mess up his hair, which to me inherently is fucking K. Like, that's dumb as hell. But then he got on talking about Russ coming to the Broncos and made some of the goddamn stupidest fucking points I've ever heard in my life about why Russell Wilson is a good fit here. And part of it was because he's a bad fit for Pete Carroll, because Teddy Bridgewater is a perfect fit for Pete Carroll, because Pete Carroll only knows game managing quarterbacks, i.e., USC, Matt Lannert, and Berkeley, and all those guys. That has got to be the dumbest goddamn take I've ever heard in the history of the world. It's even worse that you have your little chin strap because you don't want to mess up your gay little hair and your tight little black sweater. You're not an NFL insider. You're a little cuckold for the NFL, and I can't take you seriously because you're not actually a man, and men should report sports or the NFL. Oh, but that's just sexist. No, and that was the other problem in the Super Bowl. Women can't play NFL football. I'm sorry, it's just not going to happen. Okay, they don't play real football. If they want to play flag, awesome. If you want to have a women's only tackle league, fine. They'll never play in the NFL, and if they do, they'll get fucking killed. That is just a matter of biology. It's like a woman can't. Yeah, it just doesn't happen. It's like the swimmer who's the trannies who are destroying the female swimmers. Respect the sport. Men play men's football. Women can play women's football. I don't care if you want to have a women's tackle football league, but the NFL does not need to be inclusive to women. God damn it. Just like the WNBA does not have to be inclusive to women. You imagine if LeBron, I can't wait till he does this because he probably will because he's that big of a little bitch, decides that one day he's a woman and he goes and plays in the WNBA, he'd kill all those women. Okay. Where was I going with this? NFL. Oh, yeah. Albright, pussy. You don't belong there. Okay. But the dumbest take you can think of, he's like, they're just short passing, accurate game managers. Have you ever watched it, SC football with Lannert, Barkley, and them? They were bombs. These guys scored like 1,000 points in one game off of like 6 plays. Yeah, I know. It sounds nuts, but some of their touchdowns were so awesome they counted for like 10. Just an idiot. And people listen to this. And again, the Broncos season's over. The NFL's over for right now. We should be worried about the baseball lockout. But, you know, KOA and all the sports guys in Colorado are still like, oh, yeah, football. Nobody fucking cares about that, man. I'm a sports fan. I'm not a football fan. I'm a sports fan, okay? I care about all sports. Should we talk about the Avalanche? How they're the best fucking team in hockey by a shitload? How the Nuggets are doing pretty decent? How baseball's on a lockout? No, we're talking about fucking hypothetical, made up, absolutely incorrect garbage about football. God, it irritates me. Sometimes I wish I lived somewhere else just for the sports talk. These guys are all fucking morons. That's it, man. We're done. That was fun. Let's see. Kind of slacking on the gaming this week. Just not much. Next week there's a couple new games coming out. Destiny 2 has a big expansion. I don't know. Tomorrow night, definitely try some ESO. Let's see what else. There's like Elden Ring, Elden Root, or some ring game coming out that may be cool because it might be in another MMO. But everyone says it's. I can't find if it's made by the Diablo people, and if it is, nope. That's way too fucking complicated and difficult. I'm out. I don't know. We'll see. I appreciate everyone. Oh, what I was getting at about that is Phil is going to be on the podcast one of these times. I don't know when. I'm working on details with him. Got to get his confidence up. He's a little scared. So I need everybody in the comments to go and be like, Phil, you'll do great. Yay. Lie to him if you have to. That fuck I do. About his confidence. Train's going well. Phil and I are discussing that. So I may post a video, but that's not really like what I do here. Maybe I'll start a new channel of Dutchie's trains. We'll see how it goes. All right, hey, that's it. Thanks for watching and listening. Follow the socials, man. At Dutch the Beast on Twitter. At Dutch in Denver. No I on Twitter. Or Dutch in Denver everywhere else. Facebook. YouTube. Real important YouTube. Like, subscribe, do all that stuff. Anchor.fm/Dutch in Denver. We're on iTunes. We're on iHeartRadio. We're on Spotify. I think still. I don't know. I didn't read their new garbage. We have a Discord thing. Okay? Join the Discord. We're having a couple new people who are doing it, and it's kind of chaotic right now, and I will organize it. But, hop in Discord. We could chat there. Maybe you could be a guest on the podcast. I don't know. We need guests. It's always fun interacting with people. Get a little back and forth, a little weird, a little super weird. Because let's face it, it'll never be normal. But yeah. Next week. Tomorrow night, that'll be a Friday. We will try and do trials on ESO. And until next time, I will talk to y'all later. Bye.